day, everyone. Before we start, let us introduce ourselves first. I am Ashley Earl Magabilin, and she is.
I'm Hazel Christina Candoli.
I'm Jane Hazel P. Bahian.
And I am Rona Q. Wapin.
At this point, or at this time, we're going to talk about potato. So, potatoes are a vital food source globally, providing essential nutrients and energy. They are rich in carbohydrates, vitamins, and minerals, making them a staple in many diets. Their versatility in cooking and ability to adapt to various climates enhance their importance in food security today. Additionally, potatoes contribute significantly to the economy and agriculture of many countries, supporting livelihoods and food systems. So it belongs to the family Solanaceae, which also includes tomatoes, peppers, and eggplants. It is scientifically classified as Solanum tuberosum. So potatoes are native to the Andes region in South America, but are now grown worldwide and are a staple food in many cultures, including the Philippines. So you might wonder what is the edible part of the potato. So the edible part of the potato is its sugar, which stores nutrients for the plant. Potatoes come in a variety of shapes, sizes, and colors, with skin that can range from brown, red, yellow, or even purple, and a flesh that can be white, yellow, or even blue. Naturally or nutritionally, as what I have mentioned earlier, potatoes are a good source of carbohydrates, fiber, vitamins, especially vitamin C. Potatoes provide vitamin C in the form of ascorbic acid, especially when eaten with their skin, which helps retain more of the vitamin during cooking. So for those people that do not know what is ascorbic acid, it is a water-soluble vitamin. Potatoes, they are commonly cooked in various ways, such as boiling, frying, or mashing. Pero there are most popular sa Philippines as French fries. While potatoes are versatile and widely used, their high carbohydrate content means they should be eaten in moderation as part of a balanced diet because according to Catriona, too much of everything is not good. So now let's proceed to the genetic description of potatoes. So potatoes, Solanum tuberosum, are primarily tetraploid species, which contributes to their genetic complexity and high levels of heterozygosity. So tetraploid species has 4 sets of chromosomes, compared to the typical 2 sets found in diploid species. This condition is known as polyploidy. In tetraploid organisms, each chromosome is paired with a homologous counterpart, resulting in 4 copies of each gene instead of 2. Tetraploid species tend to be larger, more robust, and sometimes more fertile than their diploid counterparts. Potatoes are largely self incompatible, meaning they require cross-pollination for reproduction. This introduces additional complexity in controlling the genetic lines for specific traits. Not just that, potatoes are susceptible to a wide range of pests and diseases, which adds a layer of difficulty to breeding for disease resistance. So that is why genetic research must constantly address these challenges to ensure food security worldwide, not just in the Philippines. So the sequencing of the potato genome has provided valuable insights into its genetic makeup. Researchers have identified approximately 39,031 protein coding genes, which are responsible for producing proteins that perform essential functions in the plant. However, What makes the potato genome particularly interesting is the structural variation that exists among different cultivars or varieties. This means that different potato varieties have variations in the arrangement and structure of the genetic material, contributing to differences in traits such as and shape and resistance to diseases. Furthermore, recent studies have revealed that the potato genome exhibits significantly plasticity, meaning it can adapt or change in response to different conditions. About 30% of the potato genes show copy number of variations where certain genes may be present in different amount across different plants. These variation can influence important traits like stress resistance, affecting how potatoes respond to environmental factors such as drought, pests, or disease. In summary, the potato genome is highly variable and adaptable, which makes it a powerful resource for breeding more resilient and productive varieties. So, if you ask why do we need to improve or develop genetic variation? So, improving genetic boosts crop productivity, enhances disease resistance, improves nutritional content, and adapts plant to climate change, ensuring food security and sustainability.
So next, taxonomic classification. The taxonomic classification of the potato, scientifically known as Solanum tuberosum, is as follows. It belongs to the kingdom Plantae within the clade of Angiosperm and further classified under Eudicots and Asterids. The potato, scientifically known as Solanum tuberosum, is a staple crop consumed worldwide. Its classification reflects its position in the plant kingdom and its evolutionary relationship with other species. The potato belongs to the kingdom Plantae, signifying its nature as a multicellular organism capable of photosynthesis. It is further categorized under the clade of angiosperms, a group of flowering plants, and more specifically within the eudicots, known for their characteristic pollen structure. Also, it is classified under the asterids, a large group of plants that share similarities in their genetic and structural characteristics. The potato is part of the order Solanaceae and the family Solanaceae, commonly known as the nightshade family. This family includes other economically significant crops such as tomatoes and eggplant, which share similar growth habits and agricultural important. Within the genus Solanum, the potato is grouped in the Pitota section, which encompasses all tuber-bearing species. These tubers are a key feature, making potatoes a valuable food source. The classification of potatoes within this section highlights their relationship to other tuber-forming species, aiding scientists in breeding and conservation efforts. So, history and domestication or cultivation. Potatoes were first domesticated in the Andean region of South America over 7,000 years ago. They spread globally following European colonization in the 16th century. Potatoes were first domesticated over 7,000 years ago in the Andean region of South America. Indigenous communities in this region cultivated and consumed potatoes as a primary food source. The crop's origin highlights its historical and cultural importance in Andean civilization, where it was intricately linked to their agriculture, economy, and traditions. The global spread of potatoes began in the 16th century with European colonization. Spanish explorer brought the potato back to Europe, where its high yield and adaptability made it a valuable food source, particularly in regions where other crops struggled. Over time, potatoes became a staple in various cuisines, from Irish stew to Indian curries, reflecting their integration into diverse culture. One of the potato key strengths in its adaptability, it can grow in a wide range of climates and soils, making a vital crop in both temperate and tropical regions. The versatility has contributed to its role as a staple food for millions of people and its position as the world's fourth largest food crop. Potatoes are a rich source of complex carbohydrates, dietary fiber, vitamins, and minerals such as potassium and vitamin C. They also potential health benefits including improved satiety, blood pressure regulation, and gut health. This finding underscores the continued relevance of potato in addressing global food security and promoting healthy eating.
So next we have breeds, varieties, and cultivars. So cultivated potatoes can be broadly categorized into two subspecies. We have the S or Solanum tuberosum subspecies tuberosum, which is the primary cultivated variety used globally, and the Solanum tuberosum subspecies andigena, the primary found in the Andes region of South America, according to Spooner et al. 2007. So within this species or subspecies, various cultivar groups has been identified based on morphological and genetic characteristics. Notable groups include the Anjanum groups. So as we know that the potatoes are divided into two main subspecies. We have the Solanum tuberosum, subspecies tuberosum, that is most commonly cultivated type worldwide. And we have also the Solanum tuberosum subspecies Andigena, which is found mainly in the Andes region of South America. So these subspecies are further divided into groups based on their appearance and genetics. We have Andigenum groups. This includes upland Andine potatoes, which can have diploid, triploid, or tetraploid chromosomes. We have Chelotanum group, composed of lowland Chilean potatoes. There are also well-known potato varieties grown globally. So we have Russet Burbank, known for high yield and sustainability. And um, for baking, we have Yukon Gold. Love for its flavor and yellowish flesh. We have Red Pontiac. This is popular for its red skin and versatility in cooking. So that's all. So next is that recent researchers has highlighted the importance of preserving genetic diversity among potato cultivars to enhance breeding program aimed to and or at improving disease resistance and adapting to climate change, according to Gao et al. 2022. So recent study emphasized that importance of maintaining genetic diversity in potato is crucial for improving disease resistance, helping potato adapt to climate change, or an example is a study in China that analyzed 149 potato varieties. So the study revealed a wide range of genetic differences, a strong need to explore both um, traditional land race. We have the older local varieties, modern varieties. So why is that important? Of course, it ensures food security by developing potato varieties that can handle future agriculture or agricultural challenges like changing climates and diseases. So by focusing on genetic diversity, researchers aim to create new and improved potato cultivars for sustainable farming. That's all. So these are the varieties of potato. We have S. tuberosum or Solanum tuberosum, subspecies Tuberosum andigena or andine, and we have the S. tuberosum subspecies andigena. So the difference between two is that the or Solanum tuberosum subspecies tuberosum is origin to be believed to have been domesticated in lowland regions, particularly in Chile. So distribution is widely cultivated globally as the primary potato variety, and the chromosomes level mostly this Solanum tuberosum subspecies Tuberosum andine have um, tetraploid, which means they have four sets of chromosomes. And their adaptations maybe to longer day conditions may be common in temperate climates, so suited for modern farming system. So their varieties includes globally popular varieties like the Russet Burbank and the Yukon Gold. So the next one is the Solano tuberosum subspecies indigena region in native to the Andes region of the South America. They are high altitude areas and found primarily in traditional Andean agricultural system. Their chromosomes level can be diploid, or tetraploid. They're showing greater variability. So their adaptations adapted to a short day length conditions, typically in high altitude area. So their resistance to various environmental stresses like cold. So their usage often used in breeding programs to introduce their desirable traits like disease resistance. So this both varieties, the subspecies tuberosum is the dominant cultivated potato globally um, adapted to temperate climates, while the subspecies Andigena thrives in traditional Andean farming system and is vital for maintaining genetic diversity.
So this is the continuation of the different breeds and varieties of potato. So the first picture that you are going to see is the russet Burbank. So the appearance of russet Burbank potatoes have a rough, brown, and knitted skin with a white, fluffy interior. The texture and use, it is known for their starchy, dry texture. They are also ideal for baking, frying, and when you think of frying, you can think of a French fries, and of course, mashing. The high starch content allows them to become light and fluffy when cooked. The flavor, it is mildly and earthy with a slightly nutty taste. The russet Burbank potato, it is believed that it originates from the United States in the late 19th century. So these are the genetic improvements of the breed. So breed for its high yield, disease resistance, and excellent baking and frying qualities. It is widely used for making French fries and potato chips. Now let's move on to the second picture. So that is known as the Yukon Gold. The appearance of the Yukon Gold have smooth, thin, yellowish skin with a golden yellow flesh inside. The texture and use, they are waxy to medium starchy, which makes them great for boiling, roasting, and mashing, as they hold their shape better than russet potatoes. So the flesh is creamy and has a slightly waxy texture. This is the flavor of Yukon Gold, slightly buttery and rich with a natural sweet taste. So the Yukon Golden potato, it originates in the United States in the mid 20th century. Genetic improvements, it is bred for its superior flavor, texture, and cooking qualities. It is a popular choice for baking, roasting, and mashing. Now let's proceed to the third picture, which is the red ponchak. So the appearance of ponchak, from the name itself, have a smooth red skin and white or pale yellow flesh. The texture and use, these potatoes are considered waxy, which means they have a firm texture and hold their shape well when cooked, making them perfect for boiling or steaming. So the flavor is mildly sweet flavor with a smooth, creamy texture. So the common uses is it is excellent for potato salads, soups, and stews due to their ability to retain their shape when cooked. So red potato originated in Europe and including North America. So the genetic improvements, it is bred for its attractive appearance, good cooking quality, and resistance to certain diseases. Red potatoes are versatile and can be boiled, roasted, or used in salads.
So let's continue for breeds and varieties of potato. So first is a fingerling potato. Fingerling potato is a small elongated potatoes with thin skin, waxy texture, and nutty flavor. Popular in gourmet dishes like roasted or grilled sides. Origin in native to the Andes Mountains in South America, domesticated thousands of years ago, and a genetic improvements enhance disease resistance, high yield, better adaptability to climates, improved nutrition, and longer shelf life. And the second one is a new potato. New potato is a young, small, and freshly harvested potatoes with thin, delicate skin and a creamy texture. They have a mild, sweet flavor and are ideal for boiling, steaming, or salad. Origin: small potatoes are not a specific variety but refer to any potato harvested early, before fully maturing. They can be traced back to regions where potatoes were first cultivated, particularly the Andes Mountains. For the genetic improvement, enhanced disease resistance, improve early maturity and yield, adaptation to various climates, better flavor and texture, consistency for fresh consumption. And the third one is a Kennebec potato, a large white flesh potato with smooth, thin skin. Known for its versatility, it has a mild flavor and a starchy texture, making it ideal for frying, baking, boiling, or mashing. The origin is developed in the United States by the USDA in 1941 as part of a breeding program to improve disease resistance and yield. Genetic improvements, resistance to late blight, scrub, and other common diseases, high yield, and adaptability to various growing conditions, improve storage quality to reduce sprouting and decay, enhance consistency and texture and flavor for diverse culinary uses.
Other breeds are Maurice Piper potato, originated in United Kingdom, known for its creamy texture and versatility. Maurice Piper is great for making chips and roasting, while Maurice Piper itself
is that traditional variety breeding programs have focused on improving disease, resistant yield, and storage qualities. Charlotte potato originated in France. This waxy potato has a slightly sweet taste and holds its shape well when cooked, making it ideal for salads and steaming. Charlotte has been improved for bitter disease resistance, particularly against common scab and late blight. Breeders have also worked on enhancing its flavor and texture. Bluebell potato is originated in United States. This variety features a striking blue-purple skin and flesh, often used in salads and dishes for its unique appearance. Bluebell has been developed through traditional breeding methods to enhance its color and nutrition content, particularly anthocyanins, which are beneficial antioxidants. Have also been made to improve its resistance to diseases and pests. Livestock improvements. Agrobacterium tumefaciens mediated transformation is a widely used technique for genetically modifying potatoes. This technique introduces new genes into the potato without changing its overall genetic makeup. This has been crucial in developing potatoes with improved resistance to pests, diseases, and environmental stress. CRISPR or Cas9 and TALENs are advanced genome editing tools that allow for precise changes in the potato's DNA, enhancing traits like nutritional value and stress tolerance. Genomic selection can improve the accuracy of predicting traits like yield and sugar quality, making it valuable for potato breeding programs. The potato Solanum tuberosum is a vital global crop known for its nutritional value and economic significance, originating in the Andean highlands over 7,000 years ago. It has become a staple food worldwide. Rich in vitamins, minerals, and fiber, potatoes may reduce the risk of chronic diseases. They are essential for global food security and versatility. Continued research is needed to improve the potato's resilience to climate change and diseases. Potatoes will remain a dietary staple globally.
So these are the list of references that we use to provide information of this presentation that is all about potato. That would be all. Thank
Thank
you
you.
and God bless.